I read the other day that every 6 minutes during the time that we are awake, we stare at screens. PCs, desktop computers, laptops, mobile phones, tablets, you name it. And we don't actually need statistics. We see that. We don't need statistics to prove it. But what can we make out? What can we take? How can we take the most out of the time that we stare at those screens? That's why we thought about creating a mobile app that's been on the market for 2.5 years already, and has proven that people can actually take the most of the time that they use their phone. We created Zdravi, or healthy in English. It's a mobile app that gives you one simple advice per day. It's easy to use and simple. But no matter how simple it is, the results out of it has proven to be successful. And for those 2.5 years, it's been downloaded more than 26,000 times, making it actually one of the most, if not the most successful app about health in Bulgarian. But let's leave those numbers behind. When we thought about creating the app, we actually wanted to somehow, in a way, engage our audience, engage those 26,000 people. That's why we created and added the do button. It's a button that actually transfers your following of the advices into real actions, into points that you can later on give to certain charity causes or to certain projects that we found. But it's very important that you maybe are thinking about how can you create an app and make it so successful. Of course, we found the right partners in the face of SoPharm, a pharmaceutical company. And I want you for a second to envision yourself as a pharmaceutical company. Just think about them, be powerful like them. Will you ask people to take care about their health, to be more conscious about their health at the first place, and at the later point actually at the pitch use drugs? Probably you wouldn't. And I'd like to think that this app is the beginning of a new era, and I'd like to think that the company that supported us actually are ahead of their game, and this is just the start. And I'm not part of that team, so you can probably trust me. But those points that I'm talking about, you can actually see them transferred into real actions. For example, planting a herbal garden at school, or organizing a healthy brunch with sports activities, or free yoga classes for the elderly, or murals at school, or healthy bars, or you name it. And actually, all those pictures you saw are virtual actions of people conscious about their health, translated into support for different causes. And I did this presentation a lot, and I very often got the question afterwards, like, okay, you have all these hundreds of advices that you're giving to people. Is there just one that you can give us? And I very much like a thing called harahachibu. It's a tip that which comes from an island in Japan, Okinawa. Okinawa is famous as the island of the people who forget to die. And it's very common there to reach an age of 100 years and be active and even social active. So those harahachibu rule is actually eating at 80% of your capacity. And I'd like to take this as a practical advance of today. I would also like to think that the future of medical digital health is actually brighter than a sunny beach in Mexico. And I would like you to ask you once again to envision and imagine a world where mobile devices are connected with us in a way so that they can track our physique, they can track what our body tells us, they can track if we need to eat less salty or just exercise more. And then imagine a device that could actually track you and call the emergency if, for example, you get a heart attack and you fall alone at home. And then I do believe that technology could save us only if we let it do so. Thank you very much.